Susie, Cup semi-final week, and there's a real buzz whenever there's a last four or a final place at jeopardy. What's your thoughts ahead of it all? Are you looking forward to it?
Well, yeah, it seems like it's been a long time away, but now it's here. Yeah, we haven't been on the field for a long time, several weeks. So the girls are desperate to get back on there and start playing again, because training's one thing, but playing is something different. And obviously, it's our first knockout for a long period of time, so everything's at stake really. So yes, that brings a lot of excitement.
Obviously, 4 or 5 weeks without action, like you say, you were flying up until that point, weren't you?
Yeah.
Is it hard now to reignite?
Well, it is. I mean, continuity is everything. We know that was a 7-week block or something of playing games back to back to back, but it allows you to really gain momentum. And then you stop. There's been Six Nations, there's been Pac 4, there's been all sorts of abstractions, and a lot of them are still away. So it's a different group that's going to take the field on Sunday. Not dissimilar to obviously the Cup games that were way back in October, November, and more opportunities for those players that haven't had a lot of time. So there's a lot of excitement from them.
I'm going to take you back to that early part of the season though. You were excited with what you were seeing with some of these younger players coming, grasping their opportunities, because you said, you've got to take it if you're given it, haven't you?
Well, there's people like, Flo Robinson has grown and grown into the season. She'll still be there. Nancy has grown as well. She and Maisie are just back from 20s camp and, playing against France, which is huge. But now they're back in a Chiefs shirt and raring to get going. Sophie and Danny, the two young centres, have not had a huge amount of pitch time, but they've been off playing in loan clubs, so now they get to do it on a Chiefs shirt. Abby Middlebrook, Georgie Grimes, and then complement those with Poppy, who's our glue, Ebony. Gabby Senft is allowed to play with dispensation because she's been off the field for a long time, coming back from injury. So there's a good blend. I haven't even mentioned Linda. Linda's there. She's had a tricky season for different reasons. So all in all, people are raring to get going because it's time for them back in a Chiefs shirt, and it's about what comes next as well. So this is the launch of the latter end of our season, so lots at stake.
Talk to me about Bristol and the threat they pose though. It's a local derby, so it's always going to have bragging rights on it, but what are you expecting from them and Dave Ward's side? Yeah,
really, really good side. They can attack all sides of the field. They've got really powerful runners, even though they're missing some. They've got some good, powerful runners, good halfbacks that control the game well. Loads of gas on the edges, and Phoebe Murray, one of the player that'll be at 13, is a good, powerful runner. So her versus Nancy in that centre field is super exciting. So there's some real, head-to-heads to be excited about. But the whole thing, I think, last year's semi-final in the Premier League, in the Allianz is. And now we're getting it in the semi-final of a cup. So we're a whole year ahead. We're months away from where we were when we started the season, both, I think, physically and mentally, and also emotionally. And emotionally is massive because, I keep saying it, it's the launch into the most important stage of the season. So those players can go and grasp it.
Obviously, you won this tournament last year and the excitement that brought, but you spoke clearly at the start of the competition you wanted to go and defend it. That's what good sides do.
Yeah, and they do. The cup is about giving different players opportunities. Every club will be fielding different players. I didn't even mention Liv McGovern in my soliloquy then, but Liv has been outstanding and got better and better. So of course we'd love to retain it, but what we want to do is make sure we put a performance on the field on Sunday that is worthy of us as Chiefs, because as you've touched on, we were really rolling when we stopped playing, and I want us to really pick up where we left off. Now, the reason we're sitting at the top of the table in the league is because we hit the ground pretty much running at the start of the season, apart from losing one game. So that's where we want to go now. It's a semi-final, everything's at stake, but the message clearly will be get out there and play. Don't play inside yourself, just go out and play, because it's now or never.
Lovely.